All right. Well, hello, hello. I'm so excited. I'm so excited today to have a mom that I'm interviewing to talk about how the motherhood journey I guess, is, and was with raising sons. So I have with me my guest today. I call her AB. And I'm excited to talk to her because she has a very good story about how she raised four boys.
Oh,
Four boys.
boys.
And some of the journeys that she has, they're just part of the journey. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, so tell me, okay, so this is very like I just want to know how old were you when you had your first son?
I was 20, I would say 24 going on 25 because my
Okay.
first boy was born 15 minutes before my 25th birthday.
Really? You
Yes.
share the same birthday?
He was born on April 1st.
Just before.
I was born, my birthday was April 2nd.
Okay, okay.
15 minutes before midnight to April 2nd, he was,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, if you were in a different time zone, it would have been the same day, huh?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay, so you were 24. And then when did you have your next one? What's the years in between?
It was just a year in between.
Okay, so
So
you had
my,
toddlers.
so my
Okay.
first one was born on April 1st. My second one was born on April 17th.
Okay.
So they were
Okay.
just a year apart, a year and 16 days apart.
Okay. What about your third one?
My third one was born July, 2 years later.
Okay.
And my youngest was born 3 years after the third one was born. So they were,
Okay.
you know,
So they were like a year, 3 years, and then two
two
years
and three
apart.
years apart. Yeah.
Okay. So you had little ones all together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they
Yeah,
kind of grew
pretty
up.
much very close together.
Hmm.
So it's not between the first and the youngest is 6 years between all four of them.
Okay. Okay. So growing up with boys, you've got a different dynamic than those who may have girls. So what was your household like when you've got the boys? There's some relatively close in age. What was it like a typical,
Well,
family life like with four boys, like food, cooking, discipline, clothes, and upkeep and homework.
clothes was hand-me-downs. It was
Okay.
hand-me-down. When the first one we wear, then it goes down to the second, it goes down to the third, and then the youngest kind of get the remnant of everybody's clothing, you know.
Okay.
So except around Christmas time, they get new clothes. But
Uh-huh.
other than that, it's hand-me-down.
Okay.
So,
What about eating? I
oh,
know
oh my
boys can eat.
goodness, the food bill is kind of like crazy. They eat a lot. You
Mm-hmm.
see the plate of one person is like a mountain. And they will still ask, Mom, are you going to finish that?
Like bottomless pits for
Uh,
stomachs.
exactly. Yeah, you're gonna finish that. It's like, okay, do you want more? Here, take some of mine. Okay, thank you. You know, so there was never a dull moment around the house. It's almost like don't break anything, no running around, no jumping. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you buy brand new furniture within 6 months. That furniture is like being tied around, glued all the time from just being pulled and jumped on.
Yep.
It gets to a point I just stop buying furniture.
Sure, sure.
Buy
Boys tussling
furniture
around.
anymore because they just run around. So in order to exhaust that energy, I put them in basketball, third grade. They were already in basketball. By the time they come home, they are tired,
Mm-hmm.
do homework, eat dinner. While I'm cooking dinner, they are doing their homework. By the time they are done with homework, it's time to eat dinner, and then they are exhausted
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and brush your teeth, take a bath,
Yeah.
time to go to bed. It's just that has been their routine since
Mhm.
third grade. From
Yeah.
basketball, they went to track, from track, wrestling, from wrestling to football is
So you kept them involved in sports, all of them?
all year round, yeah. So
Okay.
by the
Year
time
round. Okay.
by the time they get to high school, the two oldest one did basketball, football, and track.
Okay.
And the two younger ones did football, wrestling, and track. So
Mhm.
they decided, okay, this is the sport I want to do. Then but it still was kind of like from one sport to the other.
Mhm.
If one, they go from basketball camp, football camp, and then from that, when they are in track, the school year is about to end, and
Mhm.
football camp
Is about to
is
start.
about to start. So they never have time to stay home and be bored or get in trouble. They are always very
Involved.
busy, involved in one thing or the other. And I just was grateful to have a coach in their school districts that always keep them involved in one event or another, or sometimes it will just take them fishing.
Mhm.
He just became a father figure in their life that during the summertime, he never let them just be idle.
That's good. That's
He,
good.
he just get involved in their life and say, hey, you guys want to go fishing with me today? Or you
Mhm.
want
Mhm.
today? He just was so involved in their life that he just never give them a moment to be idle.
That's good. So many moms talk about needing mentors for their sons. And so it sounds like you intentionally put them in places where there were other men or a man that could
Mhm.
show them this is what you're supposed to be doing, or this is not,
Yes.
this is so they're never idle and just have anything. Of
Mm-mm.
course, social media wasn't out then, right?
No, it wasn't out. And then at that time, I signed them up for Big Brother, Big Sister program because you have boys. There are
Mhm.
certain things that boys will not tell their mom.
Yes.
So Big Brother, Big Sister program gave them that outlet
Mhm.
that the things that they cannot tell me, they have that male figure. If they can't tell their coach, there's somebody else that they can talk
Mhm.
to, that we encourage them to stay in school, that we encourage them to do things that they probably, you know, will not tell me or their coach.
Mhm.
We have
Mhm.
that other community, that village. They say it takes a village to raise a child. So
Yes.
they have so many different villages that
Mhm.
was a contributor to their lives.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. That's important to have, that, and like I said, a lot of women who I've talked to, a lot of moms, they don't know where to find. I mean, this is a different day and age, different culture. Where could a mom now go and find that type of mentorship? So you mentioned Boys and Girls Club. What
Big Brother,
else?
Big Sister
Big
program.
Brother, Big Brothers, and Boys and Girls Club. I don't know why that was on my mind, but what other places now? It's like, are they just agencies or individuals, churches, coaches? Where do they
Coaches, you as a parent, you have to have a rapport with the coaches, with the teachers at the school where your kids are involved in,
go?
because the teachers are the ones that will be able to tell you the things that you don't see when you are home with your kids, that you'll be able to say, okay, these are the areas where I need to monitor my kids on.
Mhm, mhm,
You don't, we as parents sometimes think that our kids are perfect,
mhm.
but we love our kids. They cannot do wrong in our eyes, but the teachers can also help us, tell us areas where our kids are weak.
Mhm,
We
mhm.
can we can help our kids. We don't always have to attack the teachers
Right.
when they call us when our kids did something wrong. We,
Right.
we
Right.
need to listen to the teachers. If
Mm-hmm.
we listen to the teachers will be able to help the kids,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, in areas that they are weak in, they need help in.
Mm-hmm.
That is one opportunity that my kids had where when they are wrong, they
Mm-hmm.
do something wrong, the teachers know that they can call me. They were very confident that if they call me when my boys did something wrong,
Mama's coming up to the school.
exactly. If I cannot come to the school, they are confident that if they put me on the phone, my kids know that once mom is on the phone, they are going to be in
Straight
big
out.
trouble.
Mhm.
They will be able, the teachers know that I will be able to straighten my kids out instead of attacking
The
the
teachers.
teacher.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But my kids will be straightened out.
Sure, sure. The discipline, that's just a good point you brought up. So, how do you straighten how did you straighten your sons out? You mentioned the respect that they like the teachers you have a relationship with. So there was a respect that you have for teachers, and then how did you create disciplinary actions for your sons when they got reports from the teachers? It says this is what you were doing, or
They,
whatever that the
they,
dynamic was. How did you discipline your sons?
they understand that when I'm not there, the teachers are in charge. If the teacher happen to call me that they are not listening, I only have one question for them. Who is in charge when I'm not there? Is the question that they have to tell me. Who is in charge? Are they in charge or the teacher is in charge?
Mhm.
Do you disrespect me at home?
Mm,
Do you disrespect me when I'm home? The answer is either yes or no.
mhm,
When we are home, do you disrespect me? No, mom. So if I'm not there, who is in charge? They will tell me the teacher.
mhm,
So why are you disrespecting the teacher?
mhm,
Does that mean that you do you know you are disrespecting me when you are disrespecting the teacher? I'm sorry, mom. It's
mhm.
going to be the next answer that is going to be coming out because you don't disrespect me at home. You have no business disrespecting your teacher when I'm not there because who is in charge is the teacher that is in charge when I'm not there.
That's good. That's good. So you created a vision for them. This she represents me
When
when I'm
I'm
not there. And so you treat her like you would treat me. You
there.
wouldn't say that to me, so don't say
Mhm.
that to your teacher.
Exactly.
Okay, okay, that's good because I think discipline is hard now. With schools are different now, and so the schools don't discipline. Back when I came, back when I grew up, we got SWATs for a period of time, and then I think a law came and then you could no longer do that. And I
Mm,
think the younger generation would just like clutch their pearls like, you mean you sent your kid to school and they saw, yeah, that we got
mhm.
SWATs when and then it transferred to the home and there was a certain level of discipline that you were expected as to do at home if your kid got a pink slip or and I know culture has changed, times have changed, but I believe that there's some things that are just wise to do. And the one thing that you said that stood out is that you had a relationship with the school.
Yes, exactly.
That is important that the school, the teachers know who you are. You are a active and present parent. You are not a parent who just sends your child to school, your son
True.
to school, and they never see you.
Mm-mm. I was very, very active in in their school. My presence was known that
Mhm,
they mess up, call the mom.
mhm,
It's just like, the phone, just make a sign, I'm going to call your mom.
mhm,
You are acting up now, you're not listening, I'm going to call your mom. When they see that, they know if the teacher pick up the phone, it's going to be a different story.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes.
It's
Right,
like,
the
okay,
respect was there. They're like, "Oh my God, don't
oh,
call my mom."
don't call my mom. Don't call, no, I'm sorry. Don't call my mom. Don't call my mom. You know, they
Right.
know that. And if they happen to call me, it's not going to be a conversation between you and a private conversation between you and I. It's going to be the whole class listening in on the conversation. That
Wow. Wow.
the whole class will be listening in on our conversation, that you will never
Mhm.
repeat that same mistake again for the
Ooh,
teacher
yeah.
to call me. You know, that embarrassment, you don't want that to be repeated again,
Mhm.
you
Now,
know.
did your oldest, did your oldest child, your youngest child get in any trouble or as much, or were they challenged at school
It's
as
it's
much
a
as your,
lesson that it's a lesson that one person, it's an example that one person teaches everybody.
they, okay,
So
the old teaching the young.
my oldest tried to kind of be it was the example for the others to learn from.
Okay.
This teacher called me from school that he wasn't listening,
Mhm.
and I have the teacher put me on speaker in class with about 27 or 30 students in the
Wow.
class. So we had that conversation with the whole class listening in on our conversation, asking him,
Wow.
who is in charge here?
Mhm.
You or the teacher? He said, the teacher is in charge. When we are home, who is in charge? You, mom. Do you disrespect me when we are home? No, mom. Why are you disrespecting the teacher? Do you know that you are disrespecting me right now?
Mhm.
No, mom. I'm not disrespecting you. I said, yes, you are. You are disrespecting the teacher, thereby indirectly disrespecting me because the teacher is in charge. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, mom. It will never happen again. The whole class is already listening in on the conversation.
So the younger one taught the older one taught the younger one. So they
He,
kinda like, don't do that.
he
Don't do
told them, I wish the ground will open up and swallow me that day.
the embarrassment and shame, I'm sure. Now some
Exactly.
people today would probably hear that and say, that's so, that's trauma, you're traumatizing. What are your thoughts on gentle parenting? I hear this term being thrown around a lot lately. What are your thoughts about that?
Gentle parenting. I don't know what I think about that, because right at this point, gentle parenting, I don't know, because
Like that's out of your vocabulary. I was like, I
exactly,
don't know.
because gentle parenting does not translate to respect, because how can you gentle parent a child that is not going to respect you as a parent or respect the teacher in the classroom?
Mhm, mhm.
If you don't set the standard at home, the standard is not going to translate into the classroom for the student for your child to respect the teacher.
Mhm, mhm.
You want a child to be your friend by not being by not teaching the child to respect you. You have to be the parent first
Mhm, mhm.
before being the friend, because you have to be the parent first.
Mhm, mhm.
You might hate me now, but you're going to thank me later.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, as you grow older, we can be friends, but right now, the principles and morals that I want you to learn, you have to learn it first before we can be friends.
Because I'm parenting now. I'm in a
I'm,
my role in this relationship is parenting.
the parenting mode, because they said there's a saying in my village, when a fish is fresh, you can bend the fish and mold the fish into however shape you want to do it. before the fish is dry. Once the fish is dry, you
Mhm.
can never bend the fish anymore. You're going to break it.
Mm, mm, that's good. That's good because from my perspective, what I hear you're saying, I worked at a juvenile court facility when I was younger, and the when kids are young, and they're coming through the system, it's like that is the time to parent
To parent. By the
because
time they hit
what
18 years, you can be their
too
friend
late.
at 10.
Yeah, at
So
17, it's a little late to be trying to put rules in place of what they
exactly.
should do because now they're almost an adult and you allow this time span of being their quote unquote friend or not wanting to offend them or, the gentle parenting. And I do believe uh, there's some truth to gentle parenting, but I think with wisdom. And that's why we're having these conversations because we've raised our sons because what are your sons? What do your sons do now? Because the whole point of this is about the success that your sons have had and how you raise them. So tell me what your sons are doing now.
My oldest now is he used to right now he doesn't do anything, but he played 2 seasons for the New York Giants.
Okay, so he plays professional football. Okay.
And then my second son, he's an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
My third one is planning on moving down here very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Then of course, my youngest one plays for the Dallas Cowboys.
So you have two sons who played in the NFL. Two
Hmm.
sons.
Yes.
One home, two sons. That's impressive. That's impressive for several reasons. Number one, it's impressive because you were a mom raising sons, and there's something that I know the NFL looks for character,
Hmm.
look for attitude, and I'm sure they learn those things from being at home.
Hmm.
So you
Hmm.
set them up,
Of
you know.
course, all three of them went. My first and my youngest played football. Went on to play with UCLA. They played on scholarship. My
Mhm,
third one played on scholarship. Did wrestling on scholarship as
mhm,
well. So it tells a lot about their character to
mhm,
have went to college on scholarships.
mhm.
I grateful to God, I didn't pay a dime for any of them to go get their
Wow.
college degree. Not not a penny came out of my pocket
Wow. That's amazing.
for
That
them
is
to go to
amazing.
college. Yes.
Wow. That those are the types of messages I think need to be heard. Those are the stories that need to be heard by those of us who are on the other side of raising children that there's a payoff, if you will, at the end. So it sounds like, oh, I want my son to be able to express himself and all of these other things, which is fine. It's healthy, but there's still some things that moms have to put in place in order to get their sons to these stages in life where they're able to handle respect and all the other things that go on and that they will
Mhm.
face as adults in their lives. So a lot of that I believe is attributed to what their home life was like and what they're even if single moms, you know.
And at the same time, the kids needs to see that work ethic
Mhm.
from the mom.
Mhm.
They
Yes.
need to see that the mom is hardworking as well, because it just doesn't come from the kids alone. It's what they see, the type of work ethic that the mom have, that we encourage the kids to be hardworking for themselves as well.
Mhm.
You understand? It's
Yeah.
just not that the kids themselves just develop that habit. It's
Mhm.
what they see that they pick up.
Mhm. You modeled it for them, what they
Yes.
needed to do. Yes. That's good. What was your journey? So we talk about the sons and getting them to a certain point. what was your journey like as a mother? So your self-care, what did you do to care for yourself, your mental health, and I don't even know if we were talking about mental health back then, but your mental health, your physical health, because today mental health challenges are are epidemic. It's an epidemic of mental health issues, and I see a lot of moms who are um really struggling on how to do it all, how they feel overwhelmed, they feel that I can't do this, or how do you do this? So what did you do? Let me ask you first, what did you do as you were raising your sons when they were all under, say, the age of 10? How were you caring for yourself, and what were you doing to make sure that you were showing up as the best mom that you could be?
Honestly, I wasn't thinking of myself, I was so
Mm.
much, my whole attention was focused on the kids,
Mhm.
just because I went through a lot. We all, the boys and I went through a lot. So
Mhm.
my focus was, I took the focus because I didn't want to dwell in self-pity.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, a lot of the time, we as mothers, we dwell in self-pity and
Mm.
forget about the kids,
Mm.
So instead of dwelling in self-pity, I took all the attention away from myself and focused and put it on the kids, make sure that they didn't fall through the cracks.
Mhm.
So instead of dwelling in self-pity, all my attention was on how to make sure that what we went through, that they were not feeling the effect of
Mhm.
what we went through, that their mental health was
Mhm.
my priority, that it did not affect their mental health, did not affect their ability to focus in school.
Mhm. Mhm.
So my support system was their cousin's mom.
Okay.
So she was my support system. She was always calling me, "How are you doing today?
Mhm.
How's everything going? How's work?" So every once in a while, every weekend, she would just call me, "What are you doing today?"
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
she was my support system
Okay.
while I was focusing on the kids.
Mhm. Because
So
you yourself, you went to school, you have college degree. So you
yes,
were doing all this while you were raising your sons. You were in
yes.
school.
So while I was raising them, we'll be doing homework together. Sometimes when they are when I take them to camp, I will be either sleeping in the car because I work night shift as well. While they are in school, I will be in school. Then when they come home from school, pick them up from school, we all go home together and do homework together, pretty much all schoolwork together, doing cooking and doing everything pretty much together. So it was just that whole way. It's like wherever you see me, you see them. We are glued to the hip together,
Okay. The
until,
family, to say,
mhm,
yeah, they stick together.
mhm.
Do you have, so the resources now that people and the support seems to be, it doesn't seem to be that easy. It's not that easy, or it's, I don't know, like people are
Resources
they
at
have to
that
do this
time.
by themselves. And I'm like, do you not have a village?
The resources at that time was the schools district,
Mhm.
where they were at, and then Big Brother Big Sister program that they were in were
Mhm.
my resources at that time, and their cousin's mom. Those were my resources
Mhm.
at that
So that was
time.
your village, so to
Yeah,
speak. So if you
yeah,
needed a babysitter or somebody, you needed to do something, you had somebody that you could call to, come, can you come take the kids, or can you come over
exactly.
here? And
Sometimes it would just be when I have something to do, their big brother will say, "Oh, one of their big brother might just come in and say, oh, I'm taking him to out. We have an outing today." He would just not just take one person, he would
Mhm.
just take all four of them.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that was the relationship I have with their big brothers. They don't just come and take their little. they will just take
Mm-hmm.
off of them,
Mm-hmm.
take them out. And then I'll have the opportunity to go where I'm going to go and come back before they come back.
Okay.
Or their coach will just come and say, "Oh, we have barbecue today.
We're
Come, they
gonna
will
come and get them. And
put them
so
in."
so the question just or a thought came to my mind because we live in a different culture now and we've got a lot of things going on with children, and as moms we want to be able to protect our children. So moms sometimes are not, it's not that they don't have the freedom to do that as maybe as easily as we could back in, back when we were raising our sons. And I keep saying we because our sons are older. Both of my sons are over the age of 30, and yours are, what's your oldest son? How old is your oldest son?
It's 32.
So we have sons over 30, and we grew up in a different age where you could do things freely without worrying about something happening to your children. So with that in mind now, what can a mom do to, because some moms are so overprotective.
I was one of the overprotective moms. I never, they would ask, "Mom, can I go spend the night here?" My thing is no.
No. Yeah, no, I didn't let my sons go.
No, they can never go spend the night. If it's not family, you can't go. The
Hmm.
only place that they can go, they were allowed to go spend the night is their cousins,
Hmm.
you know. So
Okay. So because we have now all of the the social media and all the things, it just makes it, I think moms are not creating the relationships with the trusted sources that are out there, like you mentioned, big brothers. And I always encourage my sons to be in programs that had men who I had vetted, men who I trusted, men who could show my sons things that I couldn't. There were men in their lives, but I also wanted to position them around men who had certain, they were professionals, maybe lawyers or different professions that I wanted them to be exposed to other than just sports, because I wanted them to see a well-rounded, like, these are the things that are out here. Because a lot of young boys, they see rappers and they see athletes, and they think that's all there is, but they need to see other things to be able to see that what's possible for me. And
mhm,
so the intent I had for them was to expose them to a lot of things so they can make a choice as to what they wanted to do, knowing that this is what it takes, this is the cost for this. So it's just like, if you want to play football, you got to go practice, you got to practice
mhm.
in the summertime, you got to do the strength and conditioning, you got to go to I'm sure you, like I did, was up and down the US US of
The thing of it is, my oldest wanted to do dancing. He went to
Okay.
dance class. He wanted to
Okay.
sing. He went to singing class. He went through all that phases where dancing. Oh no, no.
Let's try
Like
it out first.
if I sign you up for this, don't tell me after I make a payment that you're not going to do it. Don't make me waste my money. Oh, mom, I love dancing. Want to do this? Then we go. Oh no, Like, okay, everybody wants to do what he wants to do. Then it's like, no, 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 no.
Sure. Yeah, they switch it up. I
Mhm.
think the exposure, do you agree that the exposure is good? Like, it's like, maybe, okay, I wanted to try dance. I thought I liked it, but now I don't, and I want to go over here.
The
How flexible
exposure.
and adaptable do we need to be as moms? And, well, that's not his thing, her thing, or
We have to be flexible.
Mhm.
Let them make the choices, but let them understand that I don't want to spend money here, money there, because the resources is not available as a single mom.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
As a single mom, for me to just be
Mhm.
out there.
Mhm. You have to commit to something. That
Mhm,
also teaches them a lesson of commitment and showing up for, for their own decisions.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you like it? Because
Mhm.
when I first started football, I was completely against it. I was completely against football because I'm like, the injury is just,
Sure.
but they said, Mom, let us try it. If we don't like it, we'll leave it. We'll just won't play it. And it
Mhm.
ended up being one of the sports that they enjoy, you know, that
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
enjoy. My oldest boy guy, when he was a sophomore in high school, was when he got the first two scholarship that he got.
Wow.
Scholarship offers that he got was when he was a sophomore.
Wow.
Yeah, he was number one in the state of Oregon.
My goodness. That's a
Yes.
wow. As a sophomore, so they knew they're like, we got our eye on him.
Yeah. So yeah, so his brothers they all four of them played
Mhm.
football in high school,
Mhm.
you know. If
Mhm.
not for injury with my other two, they would have been all four of them would have been professional football players,
Okay.
if not for injury that the other two got.
Oh, okay. So all
Yeah.
four of them. Wow. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Football family. Football,
Yeah.
okay.
If not for injury, all four of them would have been professional football players.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
This has been good. What advice? So, as I close here, one couple other things I want to talk about with your motherhood journey before we end. I did a lot of research on TikTok and some of the other social media platforms of what single moms are saying. And some of them, because none of us know what we're doing, we don't know what we're doing. I hear a lot of times moms talk about competence. They don't, because they don't know what they're doing and raising an infant. They lack confidence. What would you say to that new mom that has a baby maybe under the age of 1? And she's feeling like I can't do this. And I think that might be where some of the overwhelm is coming from because they feel like that there's this manual or something that they're not doing right. What would you say to a mom that feels like she lacks confidence in that she's doing the right things to raise her child?
Well, nobody knows. Babies don't come with manual. Just do the best you can because everything that we do is the best that you can do. Just stay confident. Know that as long as your baby is healthy and is growing well, you are doing the best that you can. Stay confident that you are doing the best that you can, and just be positive that you are on the right track with your baby.
That's good. That's good. So, any other closing pieces of advice or wisdom you want to share with moms? Because
Well,
they want to get their sons there. I know they do, but they're like,
as a
"How to
mom,
do this."
as a mom, be the mom first before you are their friends, because you know you want your child or your son to be a good young man in the society. You don't want them to grow up not knowing which direction to go or what is right or wrong, because you want to be that gentle. You want to do the gentle parenting and not really instill what is right into them, or the morals that you want them to have going into college into them. And then at the end of the day, something goes wrong, you don't know what to do, or they don't know what to do, and start calling home, Mom, what should I do? Oh, this is wrong. But once you instill what is right in them, you will never have that fear that they will not know what to do. It's always best to be the parent first before you be their friends, and they will forever be grateful for that.
Well, that's good. I want to thank you for your wisdom, 4 boys. I have 2. So I can imagine double that, what that would have been like. So I wanna thank you for your time today, and tell us about your foundation of what your foundation is, what it does for moms. Give us some insight on that.
Oh, okay. Odighizuwa Foundation, it's about single mom. My boys decided to start the foundation because they know the struggles that we went through as a single parent household. So we are giving back to single parent household for the struggles that I went through as a single mom. We're primarily focused on single parents. So Mother's Day, we do something for Mother's Day, do turkey giveaways for Christmas. For Thanksgiving, we adopt single parent household for Christmas, do Christmas shopping for single parents household. And this summer we are trying this fall coming, we are trying to do baby shower for pregnant single mothers.
Mhm.
And we're gonna be doing a back to school shopping for back to school for single parent household.
Okay,
And
okay.
so we try to do some things for single parents and just to
Mhm.
make sure that single parents, because the struggle is real. And
Yeah,
I know
very
for
much.
sure that the struggle is real because I have experienced it firsthand and know that it's not easy for single parent.
That's right.
And yeah, so
Okay.
that's what we are all about, single parents. That's the focus. We just focus on single parents household, and we know the struggle is real. And
Mhm. That's great. Well, thank you for again. Moms Raising Successful Son has similar mission, and our mission is to help equip the moms with the resources they need, whether that is leadership skills, also mental health resources, self care, personal and professional development, and also mentorship for their sons. Because I think that's important that boys have access to men who can teach them things that their mom could never teach them.
exactly.
So thank you so much for your time. I am so
Okay,
happy
you
that we
see,
had a chance to talk today, and I know that this is going to help some moms for sure. So thank you.
you're welcome. And please visit us at odighizuwafoundation.org to see what we are all about. And thank you
I,
very much
I
for,
will put the link to the foundation on this clip when it's posted. So thank you.
you're welcome. You have a good day and have a good weekend.
You do the same.